And the Open is the other thing, obviously, that we want to get our teeth stuck into, and we'll do plenty of that this morning. We've about 10 contributors joining us over the course of the next 2 hours from Portrush and various locations. Kev, you know the way we'd obviously send a massive team of golf.
I was on to Joe yesterday. Joe was up and down for yesterday, wasn't he? Joe went up to have a look.
Yeah, well, he is going to be one of the contributors that we're going to speak to a bit later on.
Ah, good.
But Rory McIlroy obviously was one of the stories of the day for all the wrong reasons, and like an absolute nightmare start for him.
Yeah, I actually missed his start. I missed his first 3 holes. I switched it on, and was he 5 over when I switched it on? I think he was.
Triple bogey in the first hole. He hits OB off the tee.
Yeah, I saw it all. I'd seen the playback of it. Yeah. I mean,
with an iron off the tee, by the way.
I think the one thing that you can't overlook, you know, for all that, even in relation to what I was saying there with Jason Quigley as well, that all sportsmen and women, you know, you have that way about you where it's almost as if you're unflappable. Nothing can take you down. But clearly, that was clear nerves at that first tee. He's obviously gone for it, and the expectation. I think the expectation he put on himself as well. The ad that had come out in the last week, the Nike ad, his new logo that's gone on his shirt. He's going home to play. In his, well, it's not his home course, but it's certainly one of his home courses. Yeah. And I was just like, why do you need? Fair enough. It's all marketing from Nike, and they want to put on a big thing around him with him going to his home country to play. But I just think it was unnecessary pressure. In my mind, it was unnecessary pressure that he's put on himself going into it, because he was favourite going in, and then when he teed up, I mean, he was gone after that first hole in my mind anyway. That was it, wasn't he?
I really liked the Nike commercial. I don't think that has anything to do with Rory McIlroy's performance yesterday.
I think the Nike commercial's great, but they've marketed him around this tournament, going into this tournament.
What I would say is that that's Nike, fair enough, and Rory McIlroy might be the shyest guy in the world, but Nike will make you look like the most confident guy in the world. Separate to that, what we really get a sense of is what Rory McIlroy is actually thinking, and he was thinking that this is a huge moment for himself.
Yeah.
He put that on the record. This would be the biggest moment of my career to win at Portrush. If you can't handle it, why the hell are you saying that in the lead up to it? Why are you having a go at Brooks Koepka last week for being the guy who only shows up at majors when you can't show up on the first tee? And of course you know better than almost anybody else, bar perhaps Darren Clark only, in the entire field, off an iron, and you put it out of bounds.
There's
it's a complete bottle job from Rory McIlroy yesterday.
He makes those statements about, I'm really confident when I'm, you know, rightly one of the favourites, I'm going to win this thing, I'm in such a great frame of mind. There's an argument that he makes those points to put himself in the right frame of mind.
Nonsense.
That he needs that pressure.
I can see what you're saying there. I can see what you're saying. Maybe that may be a thought process. That may be a thought process, but it's not doing himself any favours. If that is the case, he's doing himself absolutely no favours, because the pressure that's mounted. Because what you'll see now probably with Rory McIlroy, look, he's gone. I mean, he chased it the last few holes. He's well and truly gone now. If he makes the cut, it'll be incredible. I can't see it, but if he does, that would be an unbelievable achievement in itself. But you'll probably see him now turn up in 2 or 3 weeks' time. He'll win a tournament on the US Tour. He'll be great again, and then it'll almost be. And I think that's the way it's been in the last 5 or 6 tournaments, particularly in the lead up to the Masters. I remember the pressure that he put on himself going into that, and it's almost as if he can relax in the last couple of rounds because of the pressure. And again, you know, you can throw anything at us all. We all play golf. We all play. But I think the pressure, unnecessary pressure, I think he's putting on himself going into every major now is ridiculous. He doesn't need to do that.
But like, I agree completely. I just think with the Nike thing, you're getting a lot of money off this. But I don't think you're necessarily putting yourself under pressure with that. That's kind of a commitment. But it's the media dealings he has. What he says when the microphone is in front of him, that just does not help him. He may think it's helping him. And clearly he needs to get a whole new team if he honestly is not being told by somebody in his team, whoever is actually helping him out here, that no, Rory, that is not the thing to say, because let's look at all these other big moments you've had since last winning a major. You haven't got the job done. You haven't got that next major. You haven't managed to complete the career Grand Slam for the supposed greatest player of your generation. That was a complete and utter bottle job of the most spectacular proportions yesterday. Yeah, and it's not good enough from his perspective. I really like Rory McIlroy. I really wanted him to win this weekend, and I really stood up kind of in my own mind to say, no, actually, he's doing the right thing in terms of talking himself up, because that's where he needs to be. Maybe this guy just can't handle the pressure.
Yeah, I think. Well, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't. And you know, when he wins, it always seems to be when he is a lot more relaxed in going into the tournaments. Because of course he won some.
Or
big
there's
one,
not a major
won
on
some
the
big
line.
one. Yeah, maybe that is the case as well. I mean, you're talking about that where he's having to go at Brooks Koepka, he's having to go at other players and things. Like Brooks Koepka comes out and he's a total arsehole, isn't he? It seems when he comes out.
I don't think so.
No, but I mean, no, I'm saying in terms of when he's given, you know, even was it the lead up to the US Open where he said, look, you know. You take half the field away. There's 130 in the field. Take half the field away. Half that again. Basically, I'm competing against 6 or 7 players.
I like that though.
Yeah, but you'd be like that. But he's obviously got that arrogant streak in him.
And
a bit of an arse is probably strong in my mind. But
he's also
that's not. But that's no, he's not. He's not on that level. But that is. But Rory doesn't need to be like that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Just be yourself. Like,
Richard, that's probably him. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you talk about people advising him, it's very clear from Rory McIlroy's entire career, not just the stuff that happens on the course, that if there is somebody advising, he ain't listening. He just does his own thing. That is Rory McIlroy. That's actually the truest Rory McIlroy I think that exists. What you're actually suggesting is be a different Rory McIlroy. Don't be yourself. Take the advice
do you
of
think
somebody.
that's him? I'm listening to him when I've ever heard him do interviews. He seems like quite a decent lad, and I think whoever's been marketing him around, I mean, over the years, and I've maybe been a bit critical of him, like when you see his Instagram, when he's in the gym and he's doing bloody 100 press-ups a day and all this. I don't need to see that. Go out and practice your game. I don't want to be seeing all this because I just think it's nonsense in my mind. But that's going back to what you're saying there. It's marketing about, you know, Nike and all these things. You have to put yourself out there a lot more. I think he puts himself under undue pressure. I really do because of that. And I think we saw it yesterday clearly that first tee box was just too much for him. Yeah. And he would probably, I'd say he'd suggest it wasn't, but clearly it was.
Yeah. All right, we're going to come back to that.